His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel. We're going to start you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth. And that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the aim of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come in.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Commerce Town, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
How will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, sting, you could find him passing around, practically dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you we are vexed that you will stop the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, you are falling in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commenced the Congress for Democratic Change by the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. The respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. Ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay with evil, it's up to them. The very common today. You worked in the previous administration when Weah came, he also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we have always been molded. That's how God has always molded Weah and catapulted him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. Bad person, George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. Never ever buy in to your tricks. Never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example. This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. No of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. No of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Can't do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example. Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Mighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe. He's good, he's kind, he's faithful. Worthy is his name. His praise will continue to flow from the four corners of the earth. Good God, faithful God, kept watch over us last night and has set us into this day. We are grateful to him. And thank you all too for the inspiration. Thank you for coming on. We are inspired by your presence. I hope that you had a wonderful time as we had. Yes. Thank you so much. Let's acknowledge few of you who have come on. Time is of the essence. You are on in your thousands. So really, we'll try the best we can. Amara, Brussels, Belgium. Lee Hong Ving, Jackson C. Ponin, I am Patrick Block Titan, Aloysius Gapu, NPA headquarters. Yeah, my Barcelona man. That's good. Good to see you on. Aloysius Gapu, Joshua Quagga, Douala, Butchero Island, Willem, Minnesota, USA, Abdullah Dole, Malo Fofana, 20th Street, Samson Carey, the Stutmanburg, Bombing County, Stephen Boso, Charles King, Clarence Duell, Johnson Street, Venetians Bar, New Crew Town, Claude de Port, Royal Always Va, Bapin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Spencer Mohammed, Town, Cookspoon Hill, Town Community, Ojuku Davids, ELWA Junction, Painesville, Abraham Addison, Morovia, Emmanuel, Silva, Washington, Brovid City, Jeremiah Labla, FDA Community, says Lou Blackmon, Fifth Kelvin Bappin, Nimba United, Stephen Yakari, Todi, District, Lower Magibi County, Mansari, Abdullah JJY Community, Benson Devil Victor, Broad Street, Paris, Lobot, New Jersey, USA, Amos, Ambassador Amos Blamo, Copper Farm, Abraham Brigger, yes, great people. Usman Sol, your business center. Joan Momolu, the same, Gale Street. Patience Wisner, Lane Street, Abraham Kumal, Patricia Zia, your office. Gabriel Lawson, and Patrick Broad Street, your business center. Abraham, no, not for that now. The chairman himself, the melting pot chairman, is on. That's great. My dear sister, you are on. Good to see you. You are on. Thank you so much for coming on. Orito Sunday with Choir. Hope that you are faring well. Good. The chairman himself, the chairman for life, the everlasting chairman, the melting pot chairman, the chairman that cuts across, one and only chairman, Roman Rico or Kenneth Barr, for short, is on. And the chairman's daughter's birthday is on Thursday. It's another holiday. Boaga has given unto us the right to celebrate our holiday as we wish. They say, do as you see the leader do, follow the leader. So we're following the leader. When the leader gets a jolly day, he calls for holiday. So the chairman, daughter, chairman Rico, Kenneth Barr, daughter will be celebrating her birthday, little Lady Yasa Latupan, on Thursday. So Thursday is holiday in the Republic of Liberia, not community holiday, national holiday. We declare holiday celebration for little Lillian Yasa Latupan. A holiday, Thursday holiday. Boaga told us, once you get problem, you get jolly day. You celebrate, declare holiday. Okay, time is of the essence, people. Let's get started. As usual, out of Liberia. Well, a small plane traveling from Kenya's coastal town of Dianing told the Masai Mara National Park crashed early Tuesday today with all 12 people on board feared dead. The aircraft was headed to Kichwa Temple, a private airstrip in the park, when it crashed around 5:30 a.m. local time. Government agencies have been dispatched to the crash site to determine the cause of the incident. Ghana glittering gold industry has long drawn buyouts from around the world. Officials are reshaping the small-scale mining sector to boost output and ensure local miners share in the rewards. Reforms are transforming communities caught in a new wave of gold fever. Former Gambian President Yahya Jammeh, who ruled the country for 22 years before being forced into exile in 2017, has announced plans to return next month. Thousands of supporters gathered in his home village, Kanila, to hear the announcement delivered via an audio message. Former President Yahya Jammeh claims his deal with ECOWAS allowed him to stay abroad for 6 months before returning to contest new elections, a period he says has now stretched into 9 years. Finally, Cameroon's President Paul Biya is set to extend his rule after the top court declared him the winner of the country's presidential election with over 53% of the vote. The announcement comes after days of tension and deadly protest that left at least 4 people dead. Opposition supporters accuse authorities of rigging the vote, and they are demanding recognition of opposition candidate Issa Chiroma Bakari's claimed victory. Professor Ganleli is a member of the Central Committee of the ruling Cameroon's People's Democratic Movement. BBC Christophe Pomf first asked him for his reaction to the 92 years old Paul Biya's election victory.
My impression or my reaction to the victory of the CPDM candidate, President Biya, is that we are satisfied. We believe we merit the victory. But in our satisfaction and in our celebrations, we try to remain humble, we try to remain modest, and we try to remain respectful of everyone. We are modest and humble because our party is a party that is a rallying movement. and it's a party that believes in promoting democracy and bringing everyone on board. We think that for the future, we shall continue to be ready to work with everyone so that together we can construct a better Cameroon that is democratic, that is united, and that is at peace.
Including with Mr. Chiroma Bakari, who says he's won the election and who has rejected those results as a masquerade?
Well, as you know, Mr. Chiroma, if he doesn't recognize the results, that means that Mr. Chiroma is not in the Republican spirit. That means he's not in the democratic spirit. Because democracy, by definition, no matter in which country it is, does not give a candidate the right to defy or violate the law and the institutions. Mr. Chiroma does not have the power as a leader of a party or as a candidate. He does not have the legitimacy. He does not have the legality. In what country, in what democracy can any candidate do what Mr. Chiroma has done or is thinking of doing? It is wrong. We cannot behave as if we are rebels.
But there has been widespread protest. He's not the only one to think that the election was fraudulent, and there has been violence. 4 people were killed in Douala in protest. Are you concerned that as a result of these disputed results, there will be more tension, more violence, perhaps?
Well, it's natural for me to be concerned that, as you said, there was violence. I mean, that violence was localized or limited to certain places in Douala, I think in Garwa and Marwa. But again, that violence, as you know, was instigated by those who believe that Mr. Chiroma is the winner. But you and I, you're calling from BBC. It is not possible that a candidate or a leader of a political party can arrogate to themselves or give themselves the right and the liberty to pronounce or proclaim the results of an election.
Several opposition leaders have been arrested. Jenkam Chameni, Anicet Ekane of the Union for Change. Do you think it's normal?
Well, these persons that were arrested were not among the 12 candidates in the election. So they were not really leaders of any political party.
Why were they arrested? Why? On what ground were they arrested? Why?
Well, I don't know exactly what the case is, but I also have learned that they were arrested, but they are not political leaders. They are activists.
So you believe it's fine to arrest ordinary people, even if there is no justification?
If you fall in foul of the law anywhere in any democracy, I mean, you will be arrested.
You don't think it was politically motivated, since you don't know the details?
I doubt that, because, as I say, I don't know the specifics of the case, but I know these personalities that you are referring to. I know that they are not political leaders. I know they are activists, but they have a chance. They will prove their case in court with their lawyers.
For the rest of the world, the Cameroon election is essentially about one big question. Why a 92-year-old president who's been in charge for 43 years and who will be 99 when his term ends, is he still fit to rule? And is it actually Paul Biya who is actually running the country now, given his very, very old age?
Well, the question of age has been tossed around, but as far as I know, age, as you know, is a number, and age is a matter of grace from God. But with regard to in the democratic context, we leave it up to the people. If the people, as in the case of this election, 2.4 million out of 4 million that voted, 53% of the population, decide that he is the one they want over an 80-year-old, because the second person, the runner-up who is claiming the victory, is 80 years old.
Do you think he is fit to rule, and is he actually in charge?
Well, I think the Cameroonian people, by voting for him at the level of 2.4 million votes, believe that he is fit to rule, compared to the runner-up who had only 1.6 million votes. That's more than 800,000 votes difference. So the Cameroonian people cannot be wrong. I think the Cameroonian people are right. That's what democracy is all about.
That will be doing it for developments out of Liberia. Great interview there by Christopher of the BBC. Very interesting question. You see, journalists ask the hard question. They're not afraid at all. But the politicians will want you to be afraid to ask the question. That's what makes Liberia political scene so messy. Like the last two questions, an old man called Joseph Boakai like that in Liberia, oh, everybody will gang up against you as if it is not a reality. I like those the last two questions. Yes. Be fearless in asking your question. That's what your profession calls for.
Will be 99 and when he's for the rest of the world. The
Political leaders, I know they are activists, but they have a chance. They will prove their case in court with their lawyers.
For the rest of the world, the Cameroon election is essentially about one big question. Why a 92-year-old president who's been in charge for 43 years and who will be 99 when his term ends, is he still fit to rule? And is it actually Paul Biya who is actually running the country now, given his very, very old age?
Okay, so let's begin the discussion with this one. Foreign development, but let's localize it, meaning we can draw content or similarity, if not same, from the situation. They have characteristics proximity, meaning look at our president. Look at our president. Isn't our president frail? Isn't our president of age? Paul Biya, is he young? No. 92 years old. What is his physique? Frail. Listen to the questions the guy asked him. 92 years old. Is he still in charge? That question, which we have raised here, and you people went against us, people say all kinds of things. That question is premised. The question Christoph Pomp of the BBC asked, premised on the fact that at that age, you are mentally deranged. Dementia sets in. You are human, but you are mentally shortcut. Most part of your decision will be taken by people. You rely on other people cutting the shots because reasoning will be far, far diminished. Do we not have the same in our country today? So we can ask, just as Christopher asked the question to the Cameroonian official, is President Boakai in charge? Just as he asked, is Paul Biya in charge? 92 years old man, is he in charge? Is Boakai in charge?
Well, the question of age has been tossed around, but as far as I know, age, as you know, is a number, and age is a matter of grace from God. But with regard to in the democratic context, we leave it up to the people. If the people, as in the case of this election, 2.4 million out of 4 million that voted, 53% of the population, decide that he is the one they want over an 80-year-old, because the second person, the runner of who is claiming the victory, is 80 years old.
Do you think he is fit to rule, and is he actually in charge?
Well, I think the Cameroonian people, by voting for him at the level of 2.4 million, because the second person, the runner of who is claiming the victory, is 80 years old.
Do you think he is fit to rule, and is he actually in charge?
Who is claiming the victory is 80 years old.
Do you think he is fit to rule, and is he actually in charge?
Well, I think the Cameroonian people, by voting for him at the level of 2.4 million votes, believe that he is fit to rule, compared to the runner-up who had only 1.6 million votes. That's more than 800,000 votes difference. So the Cameroonian people cannot be wrong. I think the Cameroonian people are right. That's what democracy is all about.
If I were ask you, does Paul Biya and Joseph Boakai share the same typology or the same characteristics? Do they? A pop quiz for you. Do they? Is there a difference between the two individuals? Just so you know, at 4 o'clock, the head of the Wise Education Liberia for WEA is in Mellish to talk all things national issues. That will be at 4 o'clock. You don't want to miss that conversation. Is there a difference between these two individuals? Well, if you ask me, I tell you no. They share commonality. They are the same. If you want a difference, age 92, and the other one, what's Baga age? 80, 81, 82, 83? Well, I do not know. Please help me. But physique, no. Did you listen last week or week before the last? AB play his voice on his show. Did you listen to Paul Biya? The voice can hardly come out. He can hardly come out, just like somebody who is screaming to get a sound out. Look at our president. Does our president talk loudly and clearly? Does anybody understand him good in terms of the free flow of communication? No. What do you see of people around Mr. Frail President, his ministers? Whenever he's saying something, they go very close, putting their face, they will go like this, very close to the person. You see how, those of you who are online, how I'm positioned at the mic, so that you will get clearly what the person is saying. Because if you are 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 inches away, you wouldn't get that person clear. A person who is frail, there is a speech deficiency in terms of clarity. Why am I saying this? Well, because of the interview. Just thought to share that with you. So at 4 o'clock, Mellish Webb, chairman of Wise Educators for WEA, in at 4 o'clock to talk all things national issue vis-a-vis WEA returns to the presidency 2029. This one, the president is the president of the Republic of Liberia. He has the right to dismiss and transfer, suspend, whatever. It's given to him by the Constitution. He enjoys that unfettered privilege and rights. So the Constitution says that everyone within the executive works at the will and pleasure of the president. That means the president wakes up in the morning at 7 o'clock, appoints Isaac Moses at 7:15 for whatever reason he thinks, can remove Isaac Moses at 7:45. There isn't any question to that. That's what the Constitution say. Yeah. Imperial power. President has imperial power. So he did what he is unto him as the Constitution is given. But there is something I want to talk about briefly, not necessarily the dismissal, but what some of the wives do, which is, in my opinion, please accept my unprofessionalism with the remark, but I think it is the best description. Stupid. Stupid simply means insensitivity. You're not calculating well. If anybody tells you, oh, look, this is a stupid stuff, this thing, you're not calculating well. It's a normal expression. No, it's not anything vulgar. That's being stupid. That's being insensitive. You only expose your limitation as a wife. I have seen in the past some wives have done it. Fast forward, there was a break, and then recently, I've come to see another one. That's been dull of a woman. Sorry to say, but you can do that. When you're enjoying, you're having all the good time, you're enjoying the government money, taxpayers' money. You ride as a wife $25,000, $50,000 car. You're in a house built from taxpayers' money, or almost $1 million. You're going from supermarkets to supermarkets. You have people escorting you, every other thing unto you. You enjoy the niceties of life. You will not be critical of anybody or the government of anything whatsoever. But when your husband is dismissed, then you come out acting like you were part of the cross of governance, that you were the one who was affected. When you are not only the husband. Listen to Wilma Pate's wife. Yeah, what she says, some people say she took it down in no time, but it's out. You don't jump into it. You always leave it. The man signed up. When he was taking the oath, he took the oath. It wasn't the wife and the man that took the oath. She said, what sense did she make? Come on. She said, thank you for making me a very proud wife. Your children are equally very proud of you. Of course, your God is happy to have a child like you. Choosing integrity over wealth is the best choice any true Christian can make. You are a great statesman, so posterity will judge you kindly. Thank you for job well done, honey. Now, if we were to put this in context, she messed up everything. She even showed that, sorry to say, she's not a faithful wife on the other side of politics. So let me do that as quickly as I can. Here is it. Watch the first line. Thank you for making me a very proud wife. So what did he do? Extra in there. It's about his job. His boss finds it not necessary to keep him on along. So what has that got to do with relationship? How did it promote the marriage? What spice did it add to it? You a married woman, you just a married woman. If you marry to a politician and the politician is dismissed, yes, it's over. The law say, the Constitution say everybody works at the will and pleasure of the president. So how did William Pay job or dismissal made you, the wife, a proud wife? The second line, she said, your children are equally proud of you. How are they proud when the father is dismissed? When the father is dismissal, it's not a good thing. It's not a good description. Because many people know that it is bad of, it is a characterization or not a good characterization. So what they do lately, they develop a different idea. They say resignation by mutual consent. Ami Moda was dismissed, but because they did not want that word, they did not want that characterization to get on him because they know it bad, so they say resign. But it was by mutual consent. Dismissal is not a good thing. So how did it make the children proud when the father was dismissed from his job? The father was sacked. The other children around the place, they can start mocking the children and say, "Oh, move from there. The president sacked your pa." And they may not know the details, but they will just jump to the usual sentiment, because children move with sentiment. What they hear, what they see, they say, move on here, man, your pasty. And your pasty, the president sagging. And though his children now will be feeling some way, somehow. So she wrong in there. She wrong with that one. Then she came to spiritualizing. You can spiritualize dismissal. I was wondering whether she was consoling herself or she was consoling Wema Pay, or she actually understood what he was doing. She came to spiritualize. You cannot spiritualize dismissal or sacking. She said, of course, your God is happy to have a child like you. Did God have any problem with Wema Pay? Well, if she knows something of some kind of stuff, then she needs to say it. When she became a pastor, when she became so Christian, then she went toward integrity. She said, choosing integrity over wealth. Choosing integrity over wealth. Meaning, Wema Pay did not settle for wealth. He did not settle to steal. He did not do like the other people in other ministries did. So maybe she knows why the husband was dismissed. She's telling us that he wasn't dismissed. Thank God he wasn't dismissed on corruption ground, but he stood for integrity. Probably that's what she is saying, or she means by this line. Then she comes to status. You are a great statesman. You are a great statesman. So posterity will judge you kindly. Thank you for job well done, honey. Now, if you are a government official wife, whatever happens, you want to stay off it. It is the man's responsibility. If his boss finds infidelity in his work and they sack him, you just leave it and charter a new course. It did not border on infidelity in the relationship. If the man somehow was caught in infidelity or accusation against him, then you can stand as a wife, you come out like this. Yes, everybody will understand, like what we saw years back with Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton when he was accused of infidelity. She looked at the future of the marriage and where they were, and she took a stand. There isn't any infidelity here. If there is infidelity, there is political infidelity. So you want to stay off it and just leave it. Just thought to share that and give a simple education to some or those women who often do that. You leave it with the man. Apparently, she knows what happened, maybe. But the information is out. The information is out. People are speculating that it was based on corruption. Some people say he refused to do what the president wanted him to have done. Some people said they started constructing, building houses. And, it is the normal in Liberia. By the time some kind of action is taken, everybody putting their interpretations to it. Here is one version.
Wema Pay was dismissed because he disagreed with corruption with President Bwaka. So he was dismissed. I'm not going to comment to say Wema Pay is not corrupt, Wema Pay is not bad. I don't care about it. My issue is the current issue at hand. Go back a little bit and think about the few decisions Wema Pay took. Wema Pay asks that all revenues for the government from the mining sector goes directly into LRA's account. President Bwaka don't want to hear that. President Bwaka wants the payment to go somewhere else before going in government's account. Next to that, Wema Pay asked the Minister of Labor not to issue any work permit in the mining sector until everybody can agree, the ministers can come. You say, no, about this work you gave me, Liberians cannot do it. Why is that important? We all know that some of the highest pieces of corruption come from work permits and the rest of it. Because if these big entities bring their people from overseas, they have to bribe the ministers for the minister to give them work permit. And we're not people stopping that. Now, so if things have been happening, in my mind, those things will now warrant a dismissal. And what is important, have anyone noticed? Every ministry got departments. President Boakai dismissed everyone in the mining department. Think about it. Let that reflect the minister, the deputy minister, the assistant minister, that whole line in the mining department. President Boakai got rid of them. All of them did the same thing because we want to push back on corruption. Once you disagree with the president and the president knows he wants something from you, you are gone. President Boakai did not reshuffle. My people, let not know book like we don't know no book. Reshuffle means take one person from here, bring them so carry the other person from here, other person bring there, other person. That's not what President Boakai did. President Boakai dismissed. So that reshuffle thing. So how is the government operating?
The House of Representatives convened today as their normal or their custom, and it will interest you that Representative Yeke Koloba, for the first time, as far as I know, conducted himself in a manner not the usual, even though he started cracking joke with the two presiding officers, but went on to talk about his district 10 for the first time.
Yeah, come on, come on. Almost cabinet speaker, co-presiding, Gizi calling co-presiding, Gizi calling Ghana man, I don't know about country yet. Come on, sir. That's a good point. Go there. Anyone, someone for a job, that's what that's how we're going. When we discussing who will take the job, we'll see who got mercy more than their friend. Can I proceed now? Almost presiding. Yeah, we'll see someone calling the cabinet speaker who got more mercy than their friend. I take it. Yeah. Almost deputy speaker, co-presiding, I want to be deputy speaker, fellow police. Almost, the police where? Don't you wear up? Okay, I'll take it back. Yeah, I'll take it back. I'll put it in the co-presiding package. The issue is almost presiding. When the last time, Liz was invited here to tell us, to tell the people what happened to the money of district number 10, the 2024 money. Almost presiding is very important because we'll get our district report and be telling us we have eaten the money. It will be better when we can add on the communication that let's be ordered to come here or invited here to tell the people and tell the poor district number 10 what happened to the poor district number 10, 37,000. I say for me.
All right, so that's it. Let's take a few calls on this, then we turn to our guest, Melish Wem. He is the head of Wise Education Liberia for WEA. 0772 23 99 33 0886. That's 0777 9803 75. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon, sir.
Joshua and Alfred those there, because I listened to him last night on phone.
Just go straight to the point, Chief. I don't have time. I'm taking only 5 calls.
That was the reason.
All right. That's your opinion. All right. Thank you. Let's get to the women's line. Let's go this way. You went off. I went off. Madam, you went off. Yeah. Just few calls and then we begin the conversation. Few calls. Let's get out of Liberia. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, Richard Maluga. I just want to appreciate the work of Mr. P uh, for standing by our husband and wishing him.
Hello? Oh, he went off. Hello? All of you people going off, what happened? Is it the network or what? 077-223-99-33-0777-980375. What's happening? Hello?
Yeah, I was talking. I think the network is a network problem. As I said, appreciating the work of Mr. P for her standing by her husband in the difficult time. She knows what her husband went through, so I want to tell her thank you for standing by her husband. Thank you.
Hello? Yep.
Join the conversation from my chicken factory, soon to be called the Boaka Avenue.
You are on the air, Chief. You call. You on the air. Hello? Okay. I think the network and you people are not really getting. So let's have this break. Then we can go all things gets since we're experiencing some bad network. Let's try this one. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's hear you.
Thank you. I want to play. I don't want to play. We want to play. We want to play. We want to play in our day. Or the working place, eh? Let me take part in the on second board. The lead plan, a problem. Shame on her. Your man was dismissed for corruption. You got you telling on that. We don't know. They put a man up on the window, but you telling for that. You need to for what we there for this and that. We're not on Peter Pan, Mama. Go to now. Your husband was disgraced. Be disgraced to also. Shame on you. When nothing to say to the people. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, man. Sisi, have a nice Tuesday. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yes.
This is Ebi Kali. I'm calling for Senegal with my second.
Ebi Kale waiting for you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. But talk, my man. Talk. You on the air. Chief. You call. You can. You saying hello, hello. Once the person on the air say hello, it means you are on the air. So you start to speak. All right. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sir Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. We're calling from 10th Street.
Let's hear you.
Yes, Andrew, my attention to that woman. What she was saying, she was saying it out of frustration because the enjoyment depend on the husband and stealing the government money. They enjoy all that one. They live it from her mother. Why she saying all that one? So that was just go find place and say that until they tell us why they will not pay this because they fight it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you too. Have a nice day. Hello. Yeah.
How you doing?
Great.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank God. And you?
Well, I'm good, man. This is me. This is Johnny Hackman. I call from Brownsville.
Getting me?
Chief, you are on the air.
Okay, sure. That's what business. We citizens got nothing to do with it. That's the integrity area we want to vote for. Why should we cry for remote pay? Getting more challenge on the Pope. That's why I play that I play. I mean, he see the God that the integrity area that he saw.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Hello? Hello? Chief, you're not speaking. Oh, all right. So let's have this break. This break while we make the adjustment, and then we start the conversation with Melech Ware.
The Americans are well aware, and the international community, they are well aware of Joe Boakar's health. And that is the reason why they're very concerned. They will not tell you these things, but I know the conversations I used to have with them, and I still have with them. The beggar, the real beggar. You want to know who the real beggar is? That is the part where I get to show you hard-coded, irrefutable evidence of the real beggar. So you all know. The beggar who was vice president for 12 years. Before then, had served in one ministerial position, a managing directorial position, and several other key government positions, and left office and could not fend and could not take care of himself. That I had to be begging people all over to take care of him. How can a man who was vice president for 12 years leave office and not have anything to take care of himself? How? What does that tell you about him? Is such a man capable of turning this country around? Is such a man capable? How can a man who was vice president for 12 years not have contacts abroad? Joe Boakar is inherently lazy and dependent. He's a lazy old man who was not able to cultivate good contacts when he was vice president under an Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of all people, a world-class celebrity and well-respected woman. He could not even leverage that. How can such a man take care of you when he cannot take care of himself? I want to say something to you. There's this myth about Boakar having integrity. I want to dispel that myth today. When Boakar went to the States to me, and this is the part where I get to show you evidence of the things I'm speaking. The first time Boakar went to the States to me, when I hosted him, was October 2021. He went, we took him to the hospital to see the doctor. And when Boakar was on his way back, Alice Cummings and his people reached out and said they wanted to have a meeting. Cummings wanted to have a meeting with Joseph Boakar. And they wanted the meeting to happen in Ghana, Accra. So I took the agent, the messenger, I took him to New York. I had taken Boakar to New York in a Sheraton hotel where he spent one night before he flew to Liberia the next day to meet with Boakar, to personally deliver the message that Cummings wanted to meet. And Cummings wanted to have a political conversation with him to initiate a discussion that would see Boakar withdraw from the process and endorse and bless Alice Cummings to run for president. Boakar made it seem like he was interested in the conversation. Then Boakar made a request, a very unrealistic request, as a precondition to go to the meeting in Accra, Ghana. Boakar said Cummings should pay him $100,000 to go for the meeting. $100,000? To go to Accra? How much is it to go to Accra for 2 days? Why does he want $100,000? Boakar told me that's what he wanted. If Cummings can get him the $100,000, he will go to the meeting. This is the honest man. This is the man of integrity. And I was like, okay. It shook my faith in him a little. Why would he make such an unrealistic and ridiculous request? He wants $100,000 for Alice Cummings just to go for a meeting? So we delivered the message to the Cummings people. Sylvester Grisby, that Boakar was requesting for $100,000. Alice Cummings said, no, that's too much. Of course I knew it was too much. $100,000? So Cummings said, well, the best I can do is $50,000. Cummings provided the $50,000. Well, what actually was brought was $45,000. And the $5,000 was to be collected later on. The money was delivered. When the money was delivered, I made a budget. But Boakar said to me, after we had received the man's money to make the trip, Boakar said, Henry, so that meant I'll go step down to support him for president. After we had collected Alice Cummings's money, $50,000, well, $45,000. And Mr. Boakar told me, so what Alice thinks. So
He requested for money to make a trip when he knew he had no interest in what the man wanted. The money was delivered. I sent Bwaga a message. See the date, December 4th, 2021. For those of you listening to radio, I have to read it so you can see it. I'm showing you the evidence of WhatsApp communication between me and Joseph Bwaga. December 4th, 2021. I wrote him at 4:15 a.m. because I was in the US. Good morning, Uncle. The package was delivered. We'll call you in the morning to make a full report. Then I did a breakdown. This is the breakdown. Number one, tickets for 4 persons. 4 people were going with him to Ghana for the trip, 8,000 US. Number 2, Jake's ticket, 2,500 US. Number 3, Airbnb in Accra, where they're going to be staying at for the duration of the meeting, 1,000 US dollars. Number 4, vehicle rental in Accra, 500 US dollars. Number 5, feeding in Accra, food, 1,000 US dollars. Number 6, DSA for Joe Bwaga, the money that was going in his pocket, 15,000 US dollars for Joseph Bwaga. Now, folks, Joseph Bwaga collected Ellis Cummings' money with no intent whatsoever to give any consideration to the request that Ellis Cummings was making of him. After Joseph Bwaga received that money, he made a trip to Ghana. When he made a trip to Ghana, after the meeting, I called Joseph Bwaga. He called me to report to me how the meeting with he and Cummings went. You know what he said to me? I said, Uncle, how did the meeting go? He said, don't mind that, man. Can't talk about him, hold your hand up the main president. In fact, I said, I get my money to go to Lofa. He had been looking for money to go to Lofa. I will show you the proof when he asked me to find him, I think 15,000 US dollars to go to Lofa. I will show you the proof of that. So he was looking for money to go to Lofa. And so he knew he had no interest in Cummings, in working with Cummings. So all he wanted was to go to the meeting just for the sake of the money Cummings was providing. You know what Joe Bwaga did? Subsequently, Joseph Bwaga reached out to me about a week or so later. I have that proof here too. I will show you as well. He said, Henry, now he has seen Cummings to be his cow now, to be milking. Let me milk the man. He said, Henry, can you get, like that you read me, my dependable nephew, do you think you can get Alex to donate $300,000 to the JMB Foundation? He tried to make it look like it's money for the foundation. Because he doesn't want to say for Cummings to give me money. Do you think you can get Cummings to donate $300,000 to the JMB Foundation for some initiatives, making it sound all decent and professional? I said, well, Uncle, let me think about it and I'll refer to you. To be honest with you folks, I never asked Mr. Cummings. You had just eaten the man's 45,000 US for a trip you had no interest in. Now you're asking me to go back to Ellis Cummings through his people and make a request for $300,000. Then he said, you know, he might be inclined to give us the money because he wants something from me. So this is the honest man. This is the honest Joe Bwaga. The Joseph Bwaga that is supposed to be a decent, honorable man is asking me to go to Ellis Cummings under the press in. Now you're asking me to go back to Ellis Cummings through his people and make a request for $300,000. Then he said, you know, he might be inclined to give us the money because he wants something from me. So this is the honest man. This is the honest Joe Bwaga. The Joseph Bwaga that is supposed to be a decent, honorable man is asking me to go to Ellis inclined to give us the money because he wants something from me. So this is the honest man. This is the honest Joe Bwaga. The Joseph Bwaga that is supposed to be a decent, honorable man is asking me to go to Ellis Cummings under the pretext of being inclined to grant Cummings' request for him, Joe Bwaga, to recuse himself from the political race and raise Cummings' hand. So he wanted me to go now to Cummings to go and get another $300,000 from Ellis Cummings. I never did. I never delivered that message to Ellis Cummings because I knew Joe Bwaga was dishonest. How dare I go ask Cummings for $300,000 to give to Joe Bwaga when Bwaga had just made a fun of Cummings in Ghana at a meeting Cummings gave him money for? And this is and these are things we could not come to the public to disclose these things. We could not do these things because we were in too deep. And so what did I do?
All right. So That's it. So just this one, my guess is already in. The president of the Republic of Liberia. I like how AB get called it. See, his excellency. Hey, getting ready to deal with it. So the president will stay at his rehab residence very often. The executive mansion, the president hardly goes there. But yesterday, they were all over the place that President Weah abandoned the executive mansion. President Weah, you were running the country from his rehab residence. The president was running the country from his living room. They were saying all those things. Today, Bouaka is in the same position. Bouaka is running the country from rehab, his living room in rehab. You want to be very careful how you criticize people. Yes. Okay. Time is of the essence. My guest is in. He is the head of the group called Wise Education Liberia for Weah, Melich Ware. Thank you for coming in, sir. I appreciate you that you've agreed to share your thought with the people. It's been a long while. Good afternoon. Welcome to Kings 88.5 Real Talk.
Good afternoon.
Right.
Give God the glory of being here.
Mm-hmm.
And also, looking around, we see changes and city talk about change. Thank you for the era, the establishment, the facility is okay. And we give glory to God.
Okay. How has it been over the time, your organization?
Well, we have been doing great. Because we know we have a tax here. And there's a saying that says no sleep, no die, no sleep. So we stay awake. You know, sedition, we're born to survive and born to live. So it's our DNA. And so whatever the situation may be, being it good or bad, we are God-fearing people. We say, to God be the glory.
You got this organization called Wise Education Liberia for Weah. What is it? Even though we'll dive into other issues.
Yeah, Wise Educator for Liberia. Wise Educator for Weah. During the 2017 election, conglomeration of teachers, professionals in the classroom that hold the chalk. We decided to organize ourselves to see where we could send our weight or better future of the students and our very family. So this time we thought of putting weight behind Weah, which we did, and he won the election. My brother, take it, you live in this country, teachers. That's why you see more people don't go in the teaching profession. And what we are trying to dignify this small, unfortunately, he left. What do I mean by that? A professor at university, so we're not even earning $500 per month. But when we are going there for now, if you check them, no professor at university made less than $1,000, minimum $800 per month. And you saw it with the students, free scholarships and other things, higher learning of institution. So we, the teachers, said, well, we might have some hope in some special way. And which he did. Just unfortunately that he did not associate himself. And we organized ourselves for that 2017 election. We make sure that he won.
So on Weah, you teachers had a good working atmosphere and good pay.
I don't want to take it far from you. The UNS, prior to the time we had to take over as president, professor was making nothing. They were there asking for a lift to go places. But most of them were on their own car and built houses just in the last 6 years. Some brag of it today. Had it not been for him, they wouldn't have shelter. He added value to their education. If you check right next to Guinea, Sierra Leone, Africa, teachers make good money. But here you don't pay teachers, so we're not interested in the classroom. Even the very private schools that charge parents heavily for students, the teachers are underpaid.
Where is of the presidency? What is it now?
No. Why it is that it's certainty and hope that we can come back. So, like Christians,
what is,
no more.
How is it now? That's what I mean. How is it now?
The situations, our economy, the atmosphere, the labor sectors, I see no significant change. Things
that has
people are still struggling.
You people hope as educators, as teachers.
Yeah, we had a hope. And that's the hope we still survive on. I'm telling you that teachers today making good pay. There are teachers today, just a short time, we have our Empower 6 years. Teacher be horses on their own, the break of that. Some bought their own private cars, some run taxi. Most of the keke you see, few of them got it. And they said that it couldn't happen at the time, only 12 years. The records are there. They know it. So the how was educator came here existing, we decided to give support to we are. So we the teacher could be dignified. And how we let him. We were given birth in Kakatan and we killed Morovia. And then we have been assisting. And I will share with you some things before we start off. I brought that. Teachers are the hope for a better day for any nation. Teachers are the prophets. Biblically, you don't have a prophet, you don't have vision, you don't have a direction. He tells you what the day ahead of you will look like and asks you to conduct yourself. So we get in the classroom and mold our children for tomorrow to succeed us. I ain't happen for teachers. You and myself, we have been sitting here to articulate things, to even propound our view. But because of teachers, we are where we are today. And any government that take over, they should not underestimate teacher. It's kind of pity that we don't know where teacher will want to sit and say, look, I work in elementary school, and I'm working in a private elementary school or public elementary school, I make about $500 to $600 per month.
So what is it now? What you guys condition now? Have things gone bad off? Or it has improved or hasn't improved? Or there is no hope for you guys?
Teachers are still crying. Nothing has been really defined. Even the little we're getting is not current. The little one they left with is not current. Though we had a war, you harmonize my salary, I harmonize your vote. Those who said it, they are regretting why they did it. Because they benefited from it.
Is the organization still in existence?
Why is it still in existence? Strong
with support not forthcoming? You had life.
We are independent. We take it ourselves.
You had life on a weir. On the Boakai, you don't have life. Do you? You people have life?
No, we have not even had audience with any of his executive or any of his official. The only honor we had the leverage.
So how you guys are surviving?
No, we are family men. We make ends meet.
No, I mean as an organization, because it's an organization. I'm not talking about
we sustain the organization. We the very teacher, we sustain it. We give birth to it, so we still sustain the organization. We sustain the organization. Yeah.
How?
A time where we need extra things to be done and other stakeholders we know we can relate to, so now we talk to them and then they make some contribution, but we are being independent of that. So we can't remember, we cannot really remember who have been helping us, or because we don't ask them, so we don't get it. But we've been keeping our organization going.
The support. How is it? Is it periodic or is it just at will?
No, we look at project when we want to do anything. We identify a certain project. We just address ourselves. We organize ourselves, and maybe 100% or more, and we just generate or nothing, and we address our issue.
Are you guys stay in the classroom or you guys are off, but the organization stay exists? But you guys aren't active.
We stay in the classroom.
You're staying in the classroom.
We stay in the classroom. Almost like when you hear like Paul, yeah, you are a prophet, but you're a tent maker. So we are a tent maker. We still making our tent. Though we up there prophetically or politically, we are tent maker. We making our tent. So We're all prophesizing, we're all that, though we can do all that, but we sustain ourselves from the chalk. Yeah, so
you stay in the classroom,
we
but
are
things aren't working well as you people had envisaged with we are leaving the presidency.
Profession we have passion for, so no matter how high it is, we always pray for a better time to come, and we know these better times will still come.
When are those better times?
One day is left, there's hope.
2029,
when
we are returned.
Yeah, that's what we anticipate. It's our bigger dream, our anticipation, and it is possible. I'll talk to you. People said it yesterday that Donald Trump will never taste the American presidency anymore. You are the most fucked up guy America ever inherited for the presidency. America ever even brought to office. Where is Donald Trump today? He touring the world. He should be in Asia by now, representing American places. So the scene could be where we are. Just like this thing coming soon for Liberian to realize or city to realize and say, oh, what good for them, why not good for them? And so the Donald can come back. We are can come back. In fact, they say worst thing about Donald and we are in America. But where's Donald Trump today? And you saw how he won, almost a landslide. So it possibly can happen. It does where we are in the camp of you talk about the CDC, the auxiliaries. There will be lapses and other things. But what we need to address as citizens, because as educators, we organize to bring where it is, and we cannot.
So you guys were institution wise educators of Liberia.
Yeah.
Now, given how we have changed your lives, you people added that name we are to
wise educator for we are. You found Christians. Well, you had Christian inherited a name, you rejected your Jesus Christ. And that's it. So more people do things for certain reasons. You need your child to somebody because of what they do in your lives. And for what we had did. So we had 2018, we had no get or anything. Why is it get what we had? And we just hope that he listened to the story and know what we wrote him before. I give you a piece of paper and I will give you another one. You know, sometimes your prophet can come and pass before you. You will never know that your prophet.
You wrote him.
Yeah.
And you had audience with him.
Yeah, we met with him before.
And the discussion was fruitful.
We told we are done by now. We are president.
The discussion was fruitful, wasn't it? Yeah, just explain that. Just explain.
I'm telling you, when we met with we are the Fucker Claw. 2018 was what 2019, let's say. Some things we discussed, we told him. He had just gone by then. We had no cause of having new leadership, but now we are still president. And the documents you pursue, you peruse and you see him. I will tell you, Jesus Christ, those who got his blessing were those that touched his garment. Those that were very close to him. His blessing never went to those that were distant from him. Jesus will not be in Moravia in Banga, and you get his blessing. Even Barnabas spoke and say, are you the son of Christ, the son of David, and what have you? He said it. He gave him a chance to talk to him. He healed him. Those who got blessed from Jesus were those that are close to him. And what the difference between you had the time. You don't show love for people. Even in the Bible, it's scripture. Like Christ, if you went anywhere, where you sat down, you spoke to people, you talked, they do appreciate you, leave from there, wet the dust of the feet, and go on to the next place. So if you can't find it here, you will find it there. Because the time you take to people who don't have any lesson, they don't want to listen to you, you'll be wasting your time. So we wrote him, we talked to him, and there were some things we said. He actually the poll teacher, let me listen to them. But now he's president. I'm sitting in the studio telling you. I heard people talking about Ellen took over government. Why Ellen was successful for 12 years? Ellen downsized the government. Right now, the downsize going in America, Donald Trump is doing it. You know, he call it shutdown. They shut down his downsizing. It's just the terminology being used, that jargon being used out. But the whole federal government, the federal states, as we're talking now, he had done almost 400,000, almost 500,000.
So we have touched your lives individually. He changed the entire outlook of your organization. Wise Men, Wise Education.
For we are.
For we are.
Yeah.
They change the outlook of your organization. He is in power. He's coming back. Preparations are on. What you guys have decided as an institution of a man who touched your lives?
We as auxiliaries, the second election, when Obama let me get it, when he won the election in America, they first be recognized and commented them before you could even get to your own party executives. It was the auxiliaries. The recent election, you followed Donald Trump, there were auxiliaries that took you through. You are partisan, you can be auxiliaries. You sit there, you are auxiliaries. AB auxiliaries. When you drive your car, you have your normal gear, the car is auxiliary gear, what you call 4-wheel, where the car can make it, the auxiliary make sure you go with ease. Even you do your English, you got the auxiliary for where you try to log in to conjugate, auxiliary for get you. And you make a pass in your test. So auxiliaries in an institution, you don't just take them for granted. When auxiliary had a 4-4 2017, we had it easy. 2017, the 2023 elections, the way auxiliary were managed, and the head I had it, those are Molu then deployed. We saw the lapses, and we knew that things really had gone right. So based on that, right now we're just trying to tell you that almost similar thing like that happening. The guy had a farm, a scriptural.
Before you get to that, go straight to the point.
Yeah.
What your institution is doing now, having acknowledged that George Weah touched your lives individually, changed the outlook of your organization. He is coming back to the presidency. He's preparing. What are you guys doing in that line too?
George is not bringing him. We're bringing him back. We told
so what your organization have started to do? Or you're waiting to get closer when we're getting closer to 2029, or you have started something?
We started from the day we lost our election. That's why you see here in CDC. There is no political photo record in this country besides CDC. CDC resting everywhere. You go north or west, east of the country, CDC is everywhere. Even there are people now in central government, present government, who even want election to come. You can hear sometimes about 2023, when won the election. And 2023 I can't pass, it elapsed. Times are fast spent. Few months from now, few days from now, you enter in 2026. Times are running. So we're hearing sedition talking. What we trying to do now is to make sure that some of the hurdles we have, to see how we can make some of the corrections. And we should not be pushing individual instead, we should be pushing an institution. When I did mention what I just mentioned about salary and we just cut off, was we had error even during the election. When we went for the first round, we got through the first one. On the run, the second round, we started downsizing their salaries. And it's scripture according to the Bible. When the tag and the wheat started growing together after the structure, they found the harvest. Worker came and said, we've gone through everything. We are planted. But while we're looking on the field, we're seeing a lot of grass, we see the wheat and the tag growing together. We can't distinguish which is which. And why did the master tell them? Leave the tag and the wheat together, let it grow. Time for harvest, we identify them. And we take the wheat from the tag. When we were going for a run-out, we sat at the HQ. We discovered, I said, there were a lot of people there were a lot of people that came, they infiltrated as seditions, they were auxiliary, this and that. And we told you, leave them as it takes. Instead, we dropped more than 300 to 400 auxiliary while we're going for a run-out. And so said, I brought my vote, and you disqualify it, and you downsize it, then what I would do? You homogenize it, what I would do? Then I would tend to where I can tend. And so how narrow they want us. So these things happening. Those who's close to the standard bearer, sometimes they don't tell them the right thing. Like my brother and friend, the other guy was telling me, this guy from Nima County, he always into bar here and there, a business boy. He ran in San Nicolas. I think one of Ganta, one of the areas, I think it was San Nicolas, one of the areas. He didn't really win, but he came second. So when he came for a job, 2017, when he got around for a job in France, he said, remember my brother and friend the time I gave. He said, remember, who told you that if you, because you want CDC ticket, it means CDC should provide you a job. You don't say this kind of thing. Okay. You don't say this kind of thing. All you need to do, my man, we are one of the things now him. Hug the man, grabbing, you shake hands, you embrace one another, and make them feel like he the hero. I ain't not been for him, we wouldn't have won. And then all the things can be discussed behind closed door. But instead, you put in the man feel, my man. Why you think you want CDC ticket as senator or representative, so CDC might get you a job? Why you think you got a job as Minister of State? It's because you want CDC ticket. It's because you voted for CDC. So these guys who are being in authority in the hierarchy of the party, they should know how to relate to people. And so as such, so when the guy remember this thing when 2023 came, he said, but I did the first one, I never got any hope. I hope it is. We saw the change that CDC brought. CDC brought change. You can see the group brother left today in Morocco. CDC brought a significant change. But what CDC did not see was the hope in the change. I can remember sometime Henry Costa and Darren Dillon when he had a station way to carry his bed somewhere there. And they were just called sedition, tiny seditions. That already doesn't have body because someone tiny seditions. And that we're hungry. Yes, it is true. So what we're saying in short is that as wise educators, even the pastor lived by the scripture. So the Kuzu had a song. Say Africa should be ruled by Africans. I'm telling you, there's a shutdown today in America. That dancers don't know how to do the put a horse in order to make sure that you have a government effective to meet the demand of the people. If not, I tell you, my brother, you go on Benson Street today, you take to Christian that mosque and preaching that mosque. After 2-3 days, 2-3 weeks, 1 month, no Muslim see any Muslim will lead a plate in the church. You get an icon of Protestant Baptist church and start your Muslims, you Muslim get in that place and start preaching and start quoting the Quran there. Christian can't 2-3 days, I didn't see that. I hope they will turn to a mosque. So I say this to say that every institution, those again, we said the message of Christ will win disciple and win soul for him. They are Christians. It won't be another person. Those who are going to win soul for Muhammad, for Allah, they are Muslims. So why seditions cannot control CDC? Say next year they are not educated, they are inadequate, they are not sophisticated. So I mean, we got to run the government. They won the election, but who run the government?
What is it now? That is understood. I got that. Mm-hmm. What is it? Preparation is on presently. What is it that the wise education Liberia for WEA is doing?
Oh, we hold the chalk in the classroom. The future leaders are there. We conscientize people, educating them to see for themselves. There are things students are facing today. Even school fee is harder down than ever before. They were not around we are. Even ministers in government, of the ruling government establishment, they are saying it. There's a minister of the ruling establishment, he lives somewhere in the thing of village. The guy was saying, the guy said there were like 2 sin shower posted on him. Children sitting down on plank and reef in there, now we having benches are there. But none of them paid less than $200 to $300 for school fee. Then uniform, everything you think on it very heavy. So you found that or child in K2 PM almost $300 to $400 per month. I mean per year. And where the parents getting the money for, where the job opportunity. So right now school fees, go to most of the schools and ask for the school fee 2023, 2024 as compared to now. So I have 18,000, 20, 30,000 increasement just within 2 years. What job the parents are doing? See how it is. Where the market you see? There's no job on the market. There's no job market. People go sell something and they sell, hold it, they realize nothing good. Those are you. Get down with us now and try to add business people and do your own survey. They want more cry on you. You're not taking money from your pocket to even help them to go home. You know the single parent women who the manager drive them and then they think of the children, father pass, and some father can't make it and run away from the home. So we are telling them, here is it. Child gave a children education yesterday and they are good feature leader today. You have to listen to us. So what I'm saying in short is that our own shortcoming as seditious. Why we do now?
You telling them, you telling them as educators, you taking advantage, or you guys are taking advantage of the atmosphere by telling them the reality presently and the wrong place.
Why is what the thing we tell you that the advocacy
get ready 2029.
Yeah,
you must get ready to vote this government out.
Of course. And let me tell you now. So telling them just not to vote. These are petition. We are 2023.
Yeah, that's the past.
And all those stuff. Why are we telling them now?
We're talking about the present. My concern is about the present, not what happened in the
not
past.
Happened in the past.
The past is history.
The past is history. We're talking about coming back home, a homecoming program. We did a document we wrote February last year. We sent that document to Changako or Kochi and the Standard Bearer. We are telling the call for all Liberian national, all sedition national reconciliatory conference. That is seditions in the diaspora, in the 15 countries in country to converge at the CDC headquarters. It will happen for the demolitions. Where we meet and we look in the faces of one another and say, look, you did this to me. People have personal problem where we are. When you're president, he do have personal problem with other people. Politically, personally. We sit down and stretch our differences. And then we send it behind us. And we begin to champion a new course.
You convinced that is the key, if not one of the key components or reasons why we will come back to the presidency 2029, forging reconciliation, letting go of the past, and charting a new future.
And I'm telling you, we haven't done it here. What we done, when we wrote, what we saw was we have our militants today. Then we have our dollar rally. In station, we can still avoid our reconciliation. Sedition needed. They have a problem with Melich, a problem with Maggie, a problem with Molu, a problem with other people. They saw Joseph then or Tom follow them. They or a car gray, and you just gonna need me until if we prepare for 2029 election, we need to have a reconciliatory conference. The ISO don't know, we finish already, we have that already, right now we are paying to you, we're paying all that. It doesn't certify that. What we certify that is the standard bearer had to take that lead, hold the bull by the horn. We finish with the groundbreaking. You can find somewhere better when the headquarters finish, but we make sure that might happen before 2029 election.
Did you witness
reconciliatory conference should not be overlooked. Even in the church, that's why most churches every year they have convention, they have a conference.
Did you witness?
Because there they go and put their horses in order and they turn the page and force ahead.
Did you witness the destruction of the headquarters on that Saturday?
I told you.
What came to mind? What mood were you in? What was your reaction?
All happening is politics maturity. It's not a small ball play. To the international community have seen it, the global community have seen it. It was not maturity on the power of
what was your personal reaction?
My reaction was Unity Party had not been prepared to reconcile Liberia. And the only man can reconcile Liberia or the organization will be CDC. Ellen may have some ways in her, but Ellen brought we are closer. And even most of our error, they had to do a reconciliation. We are still serving as peace ambassador. I got to get away to monitor that place. People pass around, international people coming, they're taking pictures of that place, visitor coming. Even so, there's a guy who one time said, look, man, to be frank, I know you like the guy, I know you like CDC, but for what I saw, from today's day, I'm a CDC, I'm part of CDC. I'm talking about strong in the department, dog. Say, for what I saw, it can't just look like that. Oh, man, what Unity Party is a plus for CDC. They think they make CDC ugly. All we need to do...
The destruction of the headquarters was a plus for CDC.
For a plus for CDC. I don't think it would be it was a plus for CDC.
That's how you saw it from that moment. You saw the excavator bringing down the building. You said to yourself, this is a plus.
It's not a national interest. It was just hatred.
Weren't you down? It did not play on you psychologically?
No, it won't play on me. When you believe that there's a God and things go wrong, there's a song that say it is well with me. You find it in the churches. The God that got that song, if you follow the story, where you believe that there's a God and God can do many things for you and great things for you, there are certain things that happen that look like a pass.
October 18th.
What happened there? It put a dent on United Party. What it did, it's not very, the man of power kept it for all these 6 years and other things you turn around. Even today, right now, I think you're watching Donald Trump, there's between the Democrat and what they did to him, other things today. Yes. You watch the TV, they are paying some, you are taking some of them to court, some answering questions or what have you. Some regretting why they did it, they are saying different things. So when you in power, you are one, open the all the arm. You are going to let you let for do footer for against.
You saw the groundbreaking, October 18th.
Yeah, right next to me.
You live around there.
Yeah, I live right next to me.
And so you were part of it.
It's just me. It's just me.
How did you go there?
Oh, I don't like in time past. I had to take 2 different cars to get to CDC headquarters. This time I just walk, man. Just walk. I try to the house, get there, and then I just rest in my compound. That's just my neighborhood. Yeah. So if a friend of mine call me and say, you make me with Jason Melly, my man, you saving some transportation now, your car gas and you gotta live over here, but right now I'm not mobile, but I can just throw it and we just laugh for it.
So at first you were paying huge transport.
Oh yeah.
To get to
try to kind of excuse and I'll sit there and keep the place charged.
This time around it's just a walk
I
across
just
the
walk my
road.
short trousers and wear shower slip and just walk there, man. So now the case of myself walk down.
I can see why you said it was a plus.
Yeah.
The government, what's your observation since they've just 2 months away from being full 2 years? What's your observation?
Well, I would tell you that the party always try to outsmart CDC. We introduce jargon, we introduce program, and sometimes they come, they go and stealing show from us. And that we are not realized. We get on the phone, we take the mic, we talk, or we do not protect our dreams, our ideas. So we leave it vulnerable. We have FINA called rescue. When the guy ready to FINA need to use that to win election. And say we are here to rescue you. That was just
they took FINA.
But FINA need to use a win election. Rescue election. That's FINA need to use. And so, but we are here.
Yes, she was one of the rescue model in Liberia.
Rescue model.
Right.
So I just like tattoo for her. But they use it now. I mean to bring glory to the people. They say, oh, well, yeah, the people can rescue her. And to the program, rescue mission. They talk about the arrest. So I said, CDC can come up with good. Like right now, I want to do is we even did a document. I can remember one time during the inauguration. So I came up with a press release and position statement that on that very day we're going to protest during the inauguration. And I got that message about 3 days prior to the time. So I said, but what is going on? Try to get in touch with him, place call him, I said, we can handle it. I just took a press release and did it. I wanted ERBS, they couldn't carry it. No, not yet. They didn't carry it. I wanted True FN, Akinoku, I think the very first Liberia. And they carry it. That the protest was not necessary. We are come to 10 over power. He's the Prince of Peace. He had won the thing. So why would it look like when the time to 10 over, they say, oh, there's a protest around City Hall there, people gather there. And these guys are very smart. The United Party, I don't get some taller on your play those guys, and you go look. They stone one president car. And then things got a proportion, and that's what the CDC did it. And they know today they're turning over power. So when I sent our press release, the president, when he wanted for the press, he spoke on it.
What do you
say? Well, not necessary.
What you simply saying that Unity Party had all along been a copycat of CDC.
Of course, man. They all begin at all. And that's why even let me just come to the militancy.
You buy into the argument that they are executing or they are completing all of your projects you initiated?
No, man. What they do, they don't have project, but it's just how when you do it like they use you and say like, just why you just said, whatever we do, they come, why all they inherited, they take it after themselves now. Like you see the RIRO, yeah, they're doing it. Okay. That's what you see talking about. Always the streets are flying, horses open on the guys talking. Yeah, good plan for that road. They started walking. They will hope you could see that.
Zopen said throughout your 4 years, I consider that 4 years because almost 2 years were COVID-19. So I considered we as rain at
4 years.
4 years.
2 years when the COVID.
So Zopen said throughout nothing, absolutely nothing CDC did there.
Anyway, that he's an individual.
But you just say you disagree with him. So what did you do there?
The road accessible to grant you there. We are started connecting Fishtown from Maryland all the way. And the road, you see the basement to the from Ganta, getting almost close to second P, all the area. They all know CDC. You take from Sanicole going to all look at CDC. Heading towards JK past CDC. Nothing different they are made. What they have been doing is that they take advantage of the media. Now the way we are to make or EIBC vulnerable. EIBC watch for everybody. No, you can't go to EIBC and promote anything on the opposition. It's strictly for them. For we are EIBC were there, yeah, Kings FM and maybe Freedom and other station and other independent station carrying no problem. But the PRO, where should have been for government? Where you ever saw BBC condemning London? No. BBC does not condemn London or England? No. BBC is strictly London. So when you get United Party, they are masterpiece of that. When anyone in that place, I can remember when Andrew Bauer, he said, well, not read Ellie Moon immediately. EIBC for government. Whether you like it or not, the PRO for government. But we are administration. Anybody will go on EIBC and talk and say anything. There will be a freedom of the press. Henry Costa came in this country. Probably we almost die in car from RI to come to ELV because there was traffic block. They wanted a meeting. It took almost 8 hours from the airport to get to Monrovia. What we are trying to achieve is that what democracy is? No. What was the freedom for? So all those things, they were used against us. The weaponizer ain't white. Twice to speak the Indian weaponizing, yeah. But did they address it? No. Like when we talk about Melly, no. I want to do a sedition right now, like you talk about Melly, I don't know. Demilitarize the party. Who are seditions?
They should demilitarize the party. How?
What about militancies? Our people know our value. We are not in a struggle to say, look, because of Unity Party, they use it just as we come in the picture like the guys are militant, they are radical. No, but they are more radical, they are more brave than you. Show me one record of our militancy that we achieved on CDC on early. Like about 205 on 205 we lost the election. United Party move on our headquarters. Sedition died. 205 election. 2011 when we lost the election. United Party move forward. Sedition died. So that place being demolished. Didn't be demolished today. Yeah, let it be demolished. At least the him being died. The structure gone down. So you can see the hatred in it. The new one we're building, let's see when we reach to somewhere, we might not know which the next attack that will come after that. But I say this to say that Militants say, all we know is sedition, or we are conscious ourselves. Our people are aware of us. The Liberian people for CDC. We are the masses. When it comes to numbers, CDC got the votes. Why is lacking the strategy to make sure these votes work? Something in CDC that is creeping that we need to stop, and we don't stop, we overlook. And you need to be educated on this. Why you call marginalization? Sedition feel very naive about one another. I can remember when United Party won the election, I never heard where they always say no, now anybody will get job. But when the electorate and you guys look, now all citizens will work, now all citizens will, you don't do that. Always build hope in somebody say, look, when Christ came on earth, before he could leave, he told his disciples, he told his followers, all is well, I'm not here about saying you're comforter. Beside that, in my fatherhood, there are many marshals. I had not been, so I wouldn't have told you. I'm going to prepare a place for you. Where I am, there you will be. Those are hope in we the Christian today. We believe that there is life after death. So seditions should be proud of one another, build hope in seditions, and not those who want to feel they get close to the standard bearer, they know him, then they feel there are more seditions than other seditions. If we are to win 2029 election, we got to do away with these vases. We got to do away with these things. We have to become our brother's keeper. See, this is a very unique party. Who are seditions? One want to ask everyday CDC, who are you? What is sedition? Who are sedition? We seditions. Seditions are God creations. When you want to know me as sedition, seditions are God creations. Seditions are Liberian. Seditions are human beings. Seditions are educators. So when we come about everyday CDC, who is CDC? Why is it about CDC? We seditions, they are God creations. Seditions are human beings. Seditions are Liberians. Seditions are patriots. Seditions are homo. Seditions are sophisticated. Seditions are visionaries. Seditions are breadwinners. Seditions are taxpayers. So seditions should not be local at just ordinary people. That's why when I thought one of the guys was on the main sedition, we are plebeian, we are come up with no, those days are gone for the jargon. So when I say man, I'm a plebeian, and we are no. A monarchy, plebeians, the days in France, these are people, their political rights and economic rights were seized. Almost like the days of the apartheid in South Africa. So decisions should be proud of one another. We not look at our fellows in the deceitfully. Ridicule them, denigrate them. We should not look at one another in a very naive manner. See, they feel naive of one another. And we need to go beyond this. That's why we are wise educators, for we are trying to draw attention to this, that he need to call or coming home conference that with this. And we all trying to start as CDC reconciliatory conference. That reconciliatory conference we need to reconcile with one another. Our true identities. We are God-fearing people. We are breadwinners. We are family men. We are Liberians. Other people look at like we are sedition, we are not foreigners. So the conference, we still working on it. We did the first document February last year. It didn't work. The second document, it didn't reach. We on the tail phase of the document. We make sure that we have a reconciliation conference for CDC. You saw when we're breaking down the ground, that groundbreaking ceremony. You can see that sedition care for one another. But what is there is that we have to do away with this, that I can remember during the Taylor time when Banga came in, some guys they say, oh, so when Taylor made a revolution, achieved their objective. Because everybody that got to know him and started getting rational on the arm. Their friends were never their friends. They were never their peer group. So at the time we all were in the struggle, we were brothers and sisters. We were friends. But one election, somebody who got closer and got opportunity street, he speak to you no more. Yeah, may be walking, be talking, I'm going somewhere. Sometimes you can't even see your own brother, you can see no more. We got to go beyond this. And those are some of the weaknesses we have in our party. We should be proud of one another. It's not when you're hungry together, as long as you're a chief, you can't speak to me anymore. Marginalization, it needs to stop. We just put about 2-3 before they could break down the place there. We had a banner there on reconciliation. It didn't even stay a week, somebody took it down. We got it told them it should be here. The banner should be here. It's not because we are lost election. You see, I like the studio highs. You look at the studio, how beautiful it is. Why we fly to here is Monrovia. Why you building is the image of your country. And so you feel proud. There's your New York you got. There's your Washington you got. There's your Lagos. There's your Abuja. It's with children. Every children feel their parent the richer. The man see a friend with bicycle. The next thing you say, oh, my power buy my too. What they buy got in the pocket, how much they buy, but how far he can send his father can buy his. Every child have confidence in the parents. The same should be with us. There are a lot of things going in society that even we can look at. The opposition yesterday, oh, they make our blue phone, they make our bonanza, they make our this. They were called on that they make it ugly. The propaganda make it look around that it's ugly. We talk about harmonizing. Harmonizing was not bad for salary. It was accommodation to get more job. But you guys have in a way that it went against us, like we're cruel to the people. So it's the way you harmonize my salary, I will harmonize your vote. But today they hardly even get paid on time. And today you can see it. Who talk? There are a lot of lapses in the government, there are a lot of error. People drowning. But are we got going to feed their party and say miserable people here? They say no. We need to go beyond that. I tell you, I'll give you the story.
Highlight those things of the government, the errors of the government, the corruption, the right excesses and everything.
Right here today, you heard about the overhead bridges, the building, right? Money was made available to the Chinese government when the ambassador went to ministerial complex. Prior to that time, they were giving the money out and said that man being paid. Waka spoke there, the Chinese ambassador spoke, other people spoke. Go there now to the boulevard along the road to come to 540. People property that they demolish. Most of them yet to get their money. There's a lady that came on the field, walk, have money, bear in your hand, plastic bill, lay bear and say, when the guy can't, oh, get the other person. Probably won't get the other person. Government damage your product. Some people build like one guy got one of the bigger cafe there, they broke it down. It cost of almost $40,000. He yet to get his money. Businesses are there. As I'm speaking to you on Sir Joseph Dex, they wrote it. Darren Dillon, and he just go on Monday when he got a communication on similar thing. Or Cooper, who is Priscilla Cooper, who is the representative of District 5. They in the know, the parents are crying around. So when the children are in school, they are never literally just in the community. 2 of our kids are not in school because they got their whole living were there, they broke up place down. Or little kosher she had it. So where to start from now? She started to do home selling. But how many person know to go to the hustle bar? So she just picking at that time, she could think of a restaurant all can finish, and then they end up eating it. And they are running after that. What we're saying is that I have been like in the CDC government. This thing will come out, they will flag it, and they will carry it and make the government so ugly to extend that people say, but then the government will suffer us.
So you're simply saying that
the money that we pay,
CDC is yet to develop a very strong propaganda that will highlight, expose the government excesses, failures, and every other thing. They yet to develop that. They're only operating from the surface.
The surface. And through there will be so many voices. It should not be one talking. Let's say city come. I listen to Akara Green, who are listening, so we are getting adjusted to him. I listen to Kochi, they are getting adjusted to him. You know Molu, other guys, yes. But with the oppositions, the ruling establishment, when they were in opposition camp, they had so many versions. When they talk about, we just talk the other time where Janje Babesa they protest.
But the guys are talking
Listen,
all over the place.
when Janje Babesa they protest, let me get to you. When I protest, I want to hear could you there to this guy? Well, I say them. After the protest, I see will not be successful because the message are not really going, are not resonating. The simulation is very poor. Who came for that protest around there? You saw what happened. We didn't succeed. People grab people, they took to put to jail. I think some may be released by now, some state, they wouldn't know. Or recently, they said Molua organized another one stem. I said, stem, I said, no. There are certain things need certain message now. You could be the right guy, but not the right image. Here, they didn't hold. But you saw all what we are doing. When the guy saw we are going to the United Nations, he first visited now, what they say, you are not going to deliver, and we are going to make a machine, he came back. Can I go to UN and represent our brother? Can he send to UN? We are for appearance in May. You saw the great difference. The guys, but while you were there, they were protesting here. They were protesting here.
You want them do the same. You want CDC do the same
when necessary. But what I'm saying, sir, is not everything you just allow. We have a government vulnerable to the oppositions, even until the elections. Take it from me now, believe it or not. The oppositions are crying from the government. The government are crying from the oppositions. But our government at the time was crying from the oppositions. Until even during the elections, when they're killing boy in Lofa, in Nima, we're complaining international community must see it. No, international, you elected, you protect them. And I hope and pray that this time around, we are the sword 2017, 2023, will not be the we are will be seen next time. He might not know our politics. When Ellen was in power, tell me, when Ellen was in power, Ellen will allow 100 custody to get from RIA close convoy, 8 hours car coming and bringing you home. You already said some things about the government. No, you're not calm. You put your foot there, they will arrest you. And I was just talking about downside, the first communication.
But George, we have tolerated that.
Of course.
And that was wrong, in your opinion.
Of course. But let's coming. Heaven, what the Most High is. The first person to dance, the first person to dance was God. God dances heaven and brought Lucifer to where you are, where we are today. If God not dance Lucifer to sing down to earth, but now people look to heaven, they might be praying to Lucifer and they are praying to the old man up there. They say, no, go down there, be with them. My prayer coming there reach me. The remnant are stay in space. So what's the big deal? Dancers out there, but America shut down. Dancers, it affected us because why? We won the elections and the opposition had the government is to say. We won the election, but they were ruling, they were controlling the government. All the very embassy outside Liberia, all the embassy, we didn't bring any ambassador home. We didn't recall anybody. So the vacancy were there. So instead of selling our government, they were ill sending the government to the international community. You saw when McCarthy came at the American embassy. He remained antagonistic we are until he left. If we could leave now, he had done the damage already. So it affected us. So why are we saying? It's about time sedition, use seditions to do their job. Africa should be ruled by Africans. Americans are ruled by Americans. Ghanaians are ruled by Ghanaians. They say, oh, you come right here. Yeah, whatever he I won again. I think I government infested with a lot of opposition, he will have won. No. Jesus became the message resonated because he had a 12 disciples, James, Peter, Paul. Then. James and Peter, those guys were there. So as I'm telling you, here, right here, the OIA bridge, people build a structure over there, spend thousands of dollars. Money came available, government said, well, those buildings are demolished. In the OIA bridge land, government is not here to help the feeling. The money came, but they yet to get it for the money.
All right, Melly, you are loaded. You got so much to say.
We need a station to do something about it.
Yeah,
I'm calling about you to add your voice to that force. Let people get a just benefit. The money is available, but somebody trying to step on it. If you call for the Polish minister to be involved, for Boga to call the Polish minister, let the kid put that money at Liberians.
All right. You got so much to say. Don't worry. We'll talk as time goes by on other issues. Let's turn to the audience. They got their concerns. 0772 23 99 33 088 as 0777, the women's line, 0777 980375. My guest is Melish Ware. He is the chairman of the group called Wise Education Liberia for WEA. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon and good afternoon to my own leader, Mr. Melish. This is Abraham, one of the founding members of Wise Educator CDC, especially from 2017 to this time. You know, Mr. Melish, he got it right. And let me say, first, thank you for you even affording Wise Educator the time to come on your platform to articulate other issues that affect the CDC. You see, Wise Educator, it was one of the auxiliaries. Hello?
We're listening to you, Chief.
Hello, you getting me?
You are on the air.
Oh, God.
You are on the air.
Okay. So as I was saying, Abraham Quarry. So we just continue what I was saying. You know, Wise Educator was one of the powerful auxiliaries 2017 for CDC. But unfortunately, when we won the election, you know, turn out for, you know, whatsoever glory that's supposed to be given to each and every one of us. Because now political glory is not in heaven, it's on earth. So whoever that works hard must have the glory. But when that time came, they started to play politics, they started to, you know, carry on favoritism among the auxiliaries, people that they know, you know, that they want to start giving those glories and so. So now I want to say before I can leave your last saying, Melish, I want you to please take my number, please send me your number. As you are talking about the reconciliation meeting, you know, for CDC, I want to be part of that meeting. Because I'm one of the members.
All right, Chief, thank you.
Potato, Tongalon, Ophelia, all of those people there. Okay. So that we can be aware of it. Thank you very much.
0772 23 99 33. Few calls, and then we are out. The women's line 0777 980375. Hello.
How are you, Mr. Andrew?
Good afternoon.
This is Abenigo Nito. I come from this routine.
Let's hear you, Abenigo.
Okay, thank you for your program and thank you, your guest. I think the questions that I find for Mr. Weir, it is a man who was made to rescue Liberians. It was quite unfortunate for 2023 to go away from him. But however, recollection will be made in 2029. So I hope and pray the syndicate of your fellow girls will be cemented to all live their dreams through the reality of 2029. Thank you for your time.
Hello.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah, how you doing, Bibala, sir?
Fine.
Yeah. Emmanuel Infinite, you know, Abraham Crossing will begin. Joining for Dash Grade 2 for the community that knows how we get a lot of the people. Let me say thank you for the opportunity. You know, I listened to your speaker and I get something from them. You know, one of the reasons we lost the election, let me say one of the reasons we gave this election, or because we not lost the election, is because the president, our president, and the stakeholder for the CDC at that time, they trusted more people in the Unity Party and left them in key positions. And they were not there to do the Liberian people job. They were only there to undermine the CDC government. So what this gentleman is trying to say is that let CDC work for CDC. Time shouldn't come again. We hear that this other entities, the Unity Party, living own job, we all are Liberian. Yes, that you see what Bwaka doing? Bwaka are taking all the citizens for own job because he not trust them.
All right, Chief.
You see, if they leave on job, they will honor him.
Thank you.
So we don't want it that way again. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir. How are you? Thanks.
Yeah, I'm very fine. Let's hear you. What is your name and where you call from?
My name is Momo calling. I'm calling from Senda.
Let's hear you, Momo.
Yeah, I want to agree with the brother. You see, certain times came on when law requiring America left the whole American business were all Liberia business. How the government is quick to practice is this, is that. Because why? All the ambassadors, what their faith, what their people were working in their interest, because you can see the demonstration. Everybody demonstrates what the brother was saying. How will you be demonstrating against the government? Then you come to airport, they give you free ride, you ride. They're not going to arrest you, but they will put stuff to you with a convoy and you alone should come. Some things that the government did, it was by the, you know, the main do the people must feel fine. The government is not feeling fine. And the second is, physician all should not get job. No, the brother said the fact. People used to say it. People are personally wrote letter, wrote proposition to carry to CDC headquarters. My brother, you should all that people, hey, my man, you living on that side, okay, there's an NGO there, you see there. But you forget about it, you want to get it up, guys. The thing guys went now and start, my brother, you are 100% there. So you have to do that continually, you don't have to stop. You have to be disciplined.
Thank you.
You have to be to the coordinator. All over, my brother, you have to continue this until 2029. Thank you for the program.
Hello.
Hello.
Your name, where you call from?
How are you, Sir Andrew?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And you?
Well, I'm good. This is Johnny Hackman. I call you from Breville. Let me comment about the NCO. You know, there are issues he flagged that I believe that some of the things that cause that we use our election here. Especially for our former president. You don't wholly and solely take the Bible and bring it into politics. Sometimes you become radical when it comes to politics. The issue of let's CDC control CDC. Now I see during this administration, information was to leak up to the public. Because you have a lot of unity partisans in key positions. You say living there in the name of you want to show that you're too good. That of course, I mean, it was wrong. It was wrong. You see, like what the previous caller said. You see what Baga doing? You see what Baga doing? So someone that will take the mind to it our because some of work for CDC for 2005 CDC going power. We know our job to do. And I have a job, but we stay there. We stay maintaining the party. You understand? But rather other people that were any part of the party, people who never fought for the party. You brought them and they were enjoying themselves. You understand? People that who saw marginalizing, people who
Thank you, Chief.
You brought them on board.
Hello.
Hello.
Your name, where you call from?
This is Leosin from Pabla.
Who?
This is Leosin from Pabla.
Leosin?
Yes.
Let's hear you, Leosin.
No, I'm not a physician, but I'm going to studio a virtue. I'm a born in the partisan. But as a partisan, when you let certain people and they go in power, and they want to work on you. You get in politics, there is no particular with what you're having. If you work for a politician, you have a benefit from this. But what you're saying, I read what you're saying. Well, for me, I was born in the partisan. I think I encourage you. You keep on.
Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Your name, where you come from?
Yeah, I'm called from the yeah. I want to start on the that in the field. I'm a youth anyway. This government they call some of us that was in the belly water. All the promises. Last year, the senior community online is for me very, very is wrong criminal manner, corruption to the higher level. Aligned to you. Most of us, 2029, is that will bring us here. Because we follow laugh. People laugh at us. People laugh at us. And that of the other unity partisans. People laugh at us.
All right, Chief.
They laugh at us. 2029, we are coming back.
Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Samaju.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to your studio guest. Well, Samaju, this is Mohammed Bongo Sofana Jr. I joined a conversation from the Somali draft. Western Aju, I want to applaud your studio girl for his liberation. Well, he set it off. You know, 20 administration, because you really let these guys do a lot of things around here, like the security. But see what the supporter is doing, you know? That's the reason a caller said sometimes it's not, you know, credible to come as a government, you should do some your citizens steps, you know, that the citizens will, you know, will take note of what they are doing in the country. You know, he just got to make everything, you know, free, so that we are, you know, he's a man with blessing, he's a man with peace. That's the only thing I got to say. Because his administration, you know, security guards, you know, they can't do anything for people who just do things in the country. You know, see what happened in my country, local country, you know, in Philadelphia. Nothing, even the security, even talk about it. They didn't say they were arresting people. You know, sometimes you gotta hold the citizens. You know,
all right,
thank you.
Thank you too. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, this is Lydia from calling from Brother Protocol.
Let's hear you, Lydia.
Yeah, just follow the show. But what all I've been saying is, you know, there are two. That what can happen. The time they sing is where I post for the photo. But I not see my sign the photo. I say that mistake from because after one job we are winning, all the point that we expect them to be to get job, not get job. You know, to be you know the point to be part of the community posting. They say I'll post for the photo, but who seen you in the photo? And told them to be getting people around me. So they put a wait for citizens to they can get a job. That's how they do. So thank you.
All right, lady. Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Abdul.
Yes.
Thank you for the program. I've been trying to get you, but I'm unable to get you because of many people. But thank you for the program. Also, the person in the studio with you there. The problem we have is talking about reconciliation, in which I agree. But it should be done on common people. On common people who know. Because the whole thing is that our party or people corrupt the party. Whatever thing that the party sent for the people of CDC, most of the things we never receive those things. So most of them we know them like district service. The whole people that we have with district service, they are corrupt. We don't want them anymore. These are the things that make us we lose the election. Those that in hierarchy that betray CDC, they will never come back. If they come back, someone will not vote for the party anymore. They disgrace the party, they benefited from the party, they abandon the party, they made Jawia to be ugly in the whole world. The that people know Jawia character from the time he been playing football. Nobody in Europe ever brought Jawia complaint to Africa to say Jawia this. He went in Europe there, he came with good record. But those are here, everything that CDC spent, those that receive it, they benefited. We never benefited. Because we are one in West Point. She carried red there. Overnight, they divided the red. We didn't receive that red. He himself went there. Molu went there. All the things that they carry, we never receive it.
All right.
So we don't want people who have destroyed the party to be part of the reconciliation process. We don't want someone will not vote for the party.
Thank you, sir. All right. Melich, you can respond to.
Yeah. All right. Our fellow sedition in our own country, Liberians. Thank you. As I said, seditions, so that one want to know who are sedition and who are they. But these are our characteristics and who we are. Seditions are God creation. Seditions are human beings. Seditions are Liberian. Seditions are patriot. Seditions are educated. They are wise educators. Seditions are sophisticated. Seditions are humble. Seditions are God-fearing. Seditions are breadwinners. We are family men. We are taxpayers. Seditions are taxpayers. We got everything that God bless human being to be happy with. Our problem has been we do not appreciate one another. I think I use the word that I never heard in the party where now all in the party will get job. Even now all will get job, they don't say it. But these were slogan yesterday. And to put the past behind us, we got to sit down and discuss it. And I say, look, German, back on, let's go. We have to sit on the table, discuss it. Where the Senate Bureau has shortcoming, where the chairman has shortcoming, where we the parties has shortcoming. Everybody have a problem with somebody. And we turn our page. 2029, just next door. We hear yesterday, 2023 gone. But I'm going to go 2 years in power. It's glaring. But the situation here, people say, my man, even if we go 2023 election, sedition will miss it, my man. They were the first 6 years, we didn't get no job. It didn't go for the second 6 years, now like last year, 12 years, we get something. Sedition is to discuss it. But God brought him back for this purpose that had Donald Trump lost elections. Donald Trump going for another 4 years, he'll go 8 years if he live. Get what Tara just carry on. It can happen to George. We are seeing the change that George offered change. But will sedition see themselves in that change, like someone just mentioned that music? You know, the Lord revealed the redeemed when the guy said, I took the photo, I can see myself in the photo. It was a message to us and to the Senate Bureau, to the person at the time, but he never understood it. So he only said you are taking the photo, but putting trust in camera also, they couldn't go there. The guy didn't pick them. Oh, no, it was not that. So who will pick up those our oppositions? Even when something happened to somebody in the family and the person died, if that person start crying, leave them, let them cry good. When they cry, the man, when you stop them now, they will stop and they will start stopping other people. But you can just say, oh, no, man, let it be so. You made the person cry more. Because when they think of what the person has been doing in their lives, it just happened like that. So it's shocking. They can't get over it. So until they can stop, allow them to cry good. It's the same with CDC. CDC will never dodge the reconciliation conference. We wrote Jangako, I told you, I said, Jangako, sooner or later, you may lack capacity. Because when we wrote Jangako February last year, but then, Konati cover case and not come up. If we had that conference, some of us, Sir David, Sir Joseph, all the guys, we would have had somewhere. Sir Joseph had a problem. Some of us had a problem. Everybody had their own problem. Somebody had a problem with the Senate Bureau of the president. He too had a problem with someone there. I can remember when Taylor came to Morocco, we demanded all our brain conference at Hotel Africa. I ain't not been for international influence. Taylor stay in this country. And because he don't know nothing, they keep him in prison. And it is a small opera, he must be free. He allowed for former president, let him come out. He did it all. There's no Bible for Bacha. So Jeremiah, listen to what you said. We talk about reconciliation in my whole. But since we start proposing it, they reconsider look heavy for Jangako. Then we have to have a chairman that will be able to reconcile us. And we do not want, I want to use that medium now to convey the message to the president. Our former will still continue to call him president. Once an honorable man, the Standard Bureau is still reason to have a reconciliatory conference for seditions. We got the vote, we got the numbers. Why is lacking is the love. I can remember when we had to one year, I went to the mansion. Foreign affair, but then he was there. And the girl was there, oh no CDC business here, and this and that I want to see. I said, no. My friend got discredited what the list too. Other than walking, when I came from town, because I want to do something on a Broad Street at the printing. When I came back with the man, I said, oh, man, what happened? I said, oh, so okay, what they talking to us? They said, I'm CDC place. I said, look. I walked there and told them, I said, look, when we were in school here, on Friday, you wear NDBL t-shirt, you come to the mansion. When you have here, you get transportation to go. You get something in your pocket to go back home. You need the party or anyone here, you wear your t-shirt. You come here on a Friday, on a Thursday or Friday, things are all right. Why now citizen power? There is now CDC. The CDC government. The government now in America, I don't know, Democratic government at the time. Today now it's a Republican government. So the party that win the government near after you. There are Christians that near after Christ. So why would we get some sedition? We feel we get identified with seditions. That would be erased. And I want you to join all in our advocacy, in our struggle that we have a reconciliatory conference. I can remember the late Muna, actually rest in peace. She said it. Say, me over the Sakomo tree. Don't the Sakomo tree going about. There are so many Sakomo trees. Sedition need to meet and reconcile the differences. We are getting with the touch upon the diaspora, London, England, other area, America, Australia. They embrace reconciliatory conference. Why they embrace it? Why every church, all the BB church every year to go for conference? Because there are a lot of things that happen between the year from January to December. So when they get to the conferences, they have to handle these things and put it behind them. And then the church turn on another page and things go on fine. Where the other bishop have problem, the other deacon have problem, the other member have problem. They handle these things. And sometimes they put new policies into place. And the church went wrong. Why CDC continue to avoid reconciliatory conference? How much will it cost? The due payment. We say bad, but how about way small? We had law elections. Some people downside 2005, early 2010 because it was sedition. Some people downside 2011. The women ran away, the men ran away. All because why? They were seditions. If people not got 2020, we are from 2018, 2017 up to 2023. These people are here, they are still seditions. We see the change. We are mean well for the country. This thing that unity by breaking around, we did it. We are did it. But today they see they're taking the grave now. But what do I mean? We need to reconcile ourselves as seditions, identify seditions. Seditions are qualified. The party not bring dream. It's just the same people that spare policy, spare pomposity, and spare prejudice. So prejudice the party. I just get it straight on my gate. He's my brother and friend. He know me by name, Melich. I went to him 4 or 5 times. I couldn't get audience with him. I had a gift. Married for God, anything I get with my gay, I will get with me. I get a person I gave you should have some today. And told him there was something we need. And I would take the podium, the platform now to people. When I met him, I didn't ask him for joy, I didn't ask him for nothing. But for the reconciliation of the whole, I'm calling the president. Let the dream or the dream better. Just interpret dream for people. The king didn't interpret his own dream. We interpreting a dream, let him get a chance. I will volunteer to become a liaison officer to go from district to district, 17 districts, to reawaken the seditions, to prepare for 2029, which we have already started. The United President is say I'm asking for a job, but I would mind to do that voluntary job. My little old test time I will pick it up. But we must reconcile seditions. When I say we're paying due, yes, seditions are paying due. $3 per month, people pay. But it looks like if you want to think, but we're not working power for 6 years. We know to see them here at the place. Now they come back and say, must start paying due. So I will pay to pay then. So it be misinterpreted somehow. But that people feel they can't erase it. But when we reconcile and they do that, you were eating this living post, man, you due, I pay my due, I send to mobile money. But it should not look like if you don't pay due, you're not seditions. So are we saying, can one by 2029, you don't pay due and you get an ID card, you will not get CDC vote? No. Your conscience, your commitment should be your ID card, it should be your due. We can pay due. So paying due now for CDC is not an achievement for CDC. Those who didn't pay the due are those who are not working. So we wanted to pay due, there's a way we can talk to them. I'm in the studios. So now I listen to AB in the night. I listen to small little station. So now that time AB talk that he's crying. But there are other things he doesn't know on him. I can remember when Sekou were with Freedom here at the corner of Randall and Benson. I met with him before. It didn't take long. He got sick, the freedom of the country. I gave a Borum to read and leaving one here today. And you read that Borum, there's nothing we wrote in that thing, in that dossier, that DOSIR. There's nothing we wrote there.
Okay, Knowledge. We into closing time.
Thank
please.
you. We know United Party full of this fictitious stuff. And they always see our show, but we get credence to it. It's about time that sedition remains seditious and be committed to one another and be proud of one another. But our focus here is that let there be a reconciliatory conference for CDC. Where people come in the diaspora and converge home. The 15 counties. It will take 10 or 20 points from each county. It doesn't matter. Other people pay their own way and come. Sedition are good at that. And to reconcile seditions. And to talk to you, those market are those who building the broke down. They are United Partisan, they are ANC Partisan, they are seditions, they are TWP, they are NDPL, they are senior party people. That their survival. The government, the money made available, and they start paying those who they put the money from to call the public attention, public ministry attention on this. We will appeal to you people. We all
okay, Melish, they know that they will do it. We already into our closing time. Okay. Thank you ever so much thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. We'll talk more of the passage of time. Thank you for being so supportive to your party, the Congress of Democratic Change, in the midst of it all. You haven't given up. He is the head of the group called Wise Education Liberia for WIA. Melish Ware. Thank you for spicing the show up too. That's all the time we've got to be on the show. We're back tomorrow. Join us if you can. Before then, the news is on at 6 o'clock. King's Newsroom at 6. Join the news department. And then at 8 o'clock, the doctor himself is in, the only teacher of the land, the Anthony at Law, A.B. Wave, face the issues. Shalom.